Mafia 3 is widely considered to be a pretty damn good open world game in the franchise. Some would say it's the best, but that title is quickly taken away by the extreme repetitiveness of the story missions. However, I didn't know how bad it was going to be at the time, so once I obtained the Mafia 2 Platinum, I was ready to jump into Mafia 3 and play through that. So with a 3 out of 10 difficulty, 3 playthroughs, more like 5, 50 hours to complete, a concerning amount of buggy trophies, and 56 trophies to collect including the Platinum, it was time to get a start on the story. Since the trophy grind was going to be extremely buggy, I decided to save myself the nightmare and start on easy. Now we can begin. In Mafia 3, you play as Lincoln Clay, a Vietnam War veteran who's returned home to the New Orleans-inspired New Bordeaux, reuniting with his adoptive brother Ellis, surrogate father and black mob leader Sammy Robinson, and longtime friend and priest Father James. To celebrate Lincoln's return, Sammy donated food to help out the starving families, and while Lincoln was serving them, the diner is paid a visit by the Haitians, where the interaction gives us a first taste into the brutal but amazing Mafia 3 combat. Following this interaction, Lincoln confronts Sammy on what he found from the Haitians and learns they were robbing people in the town before eventually stealing money, which put them in a bit of debt to crime boss Sal Marcano. And to stop the debt stacking up more than it already is, Sammy tells the boys to handle the Haitians. So they head out to the bayou, and to get to the Haitian leader Barker, Lincoln turns into a mix of hitman and John Wick, before unloading on Barker, snapping his neck and rescuing a hostage named Cassandra before she runs out. Haitian reinforcements arrive at the church, and this is where the glitch starts, where I get my first trophy flambe. But before that, let me briefly explain what the glitch is and why it made the Mafia 3 Platinum extremely painful. The following trophies on screen all have an internal tracker on them in the game. So say for example, you've got to recruit 15 racket informants for a trophy. If you've done 14 and you're about to recruit your 15th, but your game crashes or whatever the case may be, the in-game tracker resets to 0 and you've got to start all over again. The only fix for it is not closing your game and putting your console in rest mode, or just straight up leaving it on. Now that that's out of the way, let's get back to the trophies. This area at the front of the church made it a perfect spot for the flambe trophy, since a couple of enemies throw molotovs at you that you can shoot. And to farm it, you just reload the checkpoint once the enemies are cleared. Yeah! Flambe! Made 10 enemies kill themselves with their own molotovs. First trophy of the playthrough of the game. Fuck yeah. Once that was done, Lincoln met with Sal Marcano, where he meets the infamous Vito Scaletta, until he leaves and Sal says he wants to rob the Federal Reserve. So they do, until it goes wrong and the alarm is triggered, but the other boys blow up the vault to get them out and they manage to escape successfully. However, it would still go wrong when Lincoln is brutally betrayed by the Marcanos. Before Lincoln gets started on his path to vengeance, he needs to do a few things. One of them being heading to Sammy's because he's got something he's got to do. Damn, something I've got to do. You've collected your things from Sammy's. First or second trophy. Fuck you. Next thing he needed to do was take the holo back from whoever runs it before learning it was the Haitians. So he interrogates an informant, learning the location of the leader, and discovers it was Cassandra the whole time. Lincoln and Cassandra strike a deal where she helps with the assassination of Marcano, and Lincoln lets her run the holo for old time's sake once he takes out the Dixie Mafia. For old time's sake, Cassandra agreed to help you kill Marcano. Fuck yeah. Now it was time for Lincoln to begin his path to vengeance, starting with his first racket and damaging it enough to bring out the racket boss. But because of how buggy the game is, the guide recommends backing up your save before taking out the boss, which I did. However, I'd come to learn it would cause me some issues later down the line, so I refrained from this method for future playthroughs. Once I took out the first racket boss, I ran into my first glitch of the game. Basically, the camera locks outside of the place you're at and doesn't move. You can still move your character, but it does nothing. Gotta fix it with the reload checkpoint. The next racket was Snack, where I get my next trophy, Standard Communication Grid, for wiretapping it. Standard communication grid. Wiretap the Delray Hollow Smack Racket. Fuck yeah, trophy. Once I caused enough damage to the racket and taking out the racket boss, it was time to go after the first story boss, Richie Doucette. I'll let Lincoln take it from here.
You can pray on the way up.
Woohoo! Complete. Pray on the way up. You hung Richie Doucette from a Ferris wheel. Fuck yeah, trophy. For the next 2 trophies, we partners now and cut and run. Lincoln enlists the help of Vito. We partners now. Vito agreed to help you kill Marcano. Yes, sir. And Burke. Cut and run. Burke agreed to help you kill Marcano. Well, kind of. Burke got the town of Point Verdun taken away from him and was given to Roman the Butcher Barbieri. So in order to get his attention, we need to take down his racket's moonshine and protection. For the moonshine racket, I had an objective to raid a cop bar, and let's just say I wasn't very welcome. Then, I went after the enforcers and ended up getting the trophy, softened them up for taking them all out. Softened them up. Completely weakened the racket by killing all of its enforcers. Fuck yeah. During the protection racket, I got some very good use out of the slow-mo shooting mechanic while trashing the liquor shops. Probably my favorite part of the game. After taking down both the moonshine and protection rackets, also taking out the respective bosses, we get the attention of the Butcher, and for the trophy It's a Brave New World, Burke starts preparing for his arrival, setting up explosive barrels around the compound. Lincoln, Burke and Nikki defend the compound, destroying the Butcher's men until the man himself arrives before he is put down and knocked out. There we go. It's a brave new world. You turn the Butcher over to Burke. Trophy! I worked through the contraband racket, which I took down pretty quick. Didn't even need to do much. But then, during the Union extortion racket, I kind of drew a bit more attention to myself than I would have liked. Oh my god. But once I took down those racket bosses, I met up with Vito, where we tried to go after Greco for the Fish Gotta Eat trophy, but Meccano's guys pulled up at the same time and Greco escaped in his car, which resulted in a chase, but the car's tires weren't having it.
This is the next best goddamn thing. Point taken.
Oh, my wheels going. Nice. Why are my wheels going there? The second try was a lot better, and I didn't even have to take down Greco. Cheers, Vito, mate. Fish Gotta Eat. He helped Vito capture Michael Greco. Trophy! Lincoln calls a sit down with the 3 underbosses, laying the foundation for the plan to take down Marcano. And once I got back outside, Hangar 13 decided to dump the entire game on me at once. It's at everything now? Fucking hell, cunt. I started in downtown, which is run by Tony Durazio, and went after the first racket, Blackmail. I took down one of the enforcers, but I also took myself down by accident. Oh! I didn't think I'd actually die from that. What the fuck? I made my way to the spa to steal a money stash and accidentally stumbled upon an interesting encounter, to say the least. Yo, them two just going at it. With each racket you take down, you can assign them to one of your underbosses and get a new weapon, an upgrade to a weapon, or something free of charge. Once I saw the range of new weapons available with this racket, I knew things were going to take a turn for the better, since I love being stealthy and silenced weapons are just chef's kiss. But I couldn't have my fun just yet, because I had to actually equip the damn thing, which I didn't realize till later. However, I did get to blow up a crane, so it wasn't all bad. Goodbye. Now that I've actually equipped it, it's time to have some fun. I took down both rackets, which caught the attention of Tony, and headed to the hotel, where I didn't use my gun at all. I love stealth, but also love the combat in this game, so I couldn't help myself, okay? Until I finally reached the penthouse where they knew I was coming, so now it was time to have some fun. Once the fun sadly ended, it was time to put a stop to Mr. Durazio. Wait, that's an RPG! Lincoln wasn't about to let that disrespect slide, so for the trophy everyone will notice, he humbles Durazio in a bit of a fatal way. There we go. Everyone will notice you tossed Orazio out his penthouse window. Fuck yeah, we did. A trophy. The next city was Barclay Mills, which is run by Enzo Conti, but Lincoln sees an opportunity with this one rather than an execution. However, Lincoln has to take down both rackets, taking out both racket bosses before anything can happen. Lincoln and Enzo meet, and for the trophy, a little late for that, they're pulled up on by Marcano's guys before they escape the quarry with it exploding and Lincoln dropping him off. A little late for that. You helped Enzo escape. Hell yeah. Tickfall Harbor was up next, which is run by Frank Pagani, and you know the drill by now. For the auto theft racket though, I managed to earn the recruited to a 5th SFG trophy for rapidly taking out enemies at once. Recruited to 5th SFG. Formed 5 headshots in 5 seconds. Fuck yeah. Once I took down the racket and assigned it to Cassandra, I earned the trophy Sure Thing Boss for unlocking all associates from each underboss. Sure thing, boss. Unlock all associates. Yes, sir. Things worked a bit differently in this city. Usually you do the 2 rackets, then take out the main guy running the whole thing. But with this one, you do a setup where you put a tracker on Frank's car, take down the last racket and the racket boss. Then you go after Pagani, where he drives off, and we chase after him for the trophy, the connection to Cuba. The connection to Cuba. You chased down and killed Frank Pagani. Fuck yeah, we did. Fuck that guy. With 4 members of the Marcano family to go and a few associates left, I went after Sal's older brother Lou Marcano, who runs the French ward part of New Bordeaux, starting with the drugs racket, where things got a bit hectic towards the end of taking the racket down. Bro, just fucking move. Why is the Tommy gun weaker than the fucking pistol, bro? That doesn't make any sense. And because when you die, the game deducts half of your wallet amount, I wasn't a happy camper, especially when it took forever to load back into the game. Put me back in the action, bro. Come on. I don't care how much I fucking lost game shit anyway. This whole racket might be the worst racket in the game if I'm being honest. Took way too long to get to the boss. There's way too much going on, bro. Can we all just relax? Why is it like fucking 10 billion of you guys? At least this funny bug made up for it in the end. God damn fucking bugs, bro. Bro's just stuck. Once the racket boss was slain, I moved on to the next racket, and I actually paid attention to collectibles in my initial playthrough, but was disappointed to learn there were no trophies tied to it for some reason. The devs designed the game to be able to one-shot headshot enemies, and honestly, I don't think I'll ever get over how satisfying that is. Once the racket boss was taken care of, it was time to make a move on the judge for the trophy, the poor some bitch. The poor son bitch. You killed Judge Holden. Yeah, we did. Now we have Lou Marcano. You're damn right we do. Before we interrupt the boat party, let me catch you up a little bit real quick. Basically, it was discovered that Sal has a casino being built, but gambling's illegal, and that's where the judge came in. He was on Lou's payroll to get the laws changed, and since he's taken care of, it puts a roadblock in Sal's plan, until Lou came up with another idea and wanted to get a cruise going, so Lincoln heads to the coal dumper and plants the C4, but before he detonates it, I was near water which contained alligators and knew of a trophy to do with the gators next time swim faster, so I decided to jump in the water and get that done. One more. You got this. Yeah, next time swim faster. Got eaten by an alligator. Well, that was fun. Then we crashed the boat party, and for the real nice time trophy, Lincoln took care of Lou Marcano. Goodbye, Uncle Lou. Real nice time. We got a Lou Marcano like a catfish. Yeah, we did. Now it was time to hit Frisco Fields, which is run by white supremacist Remy Duval and Sal's sister-in-law Olivia. I went after the Southern Union first, and man, the glitches just keep getting better.
Mr. Moreau's got some of our other Southern Union guys on a job.
Because this was a big racket and there's a retaliation mechanic in the game, once I took out one of the enforcers, the police weren't too happy and neither was the retaliation squad. fucking die. What the fuck, man? I couldn't reach my fingers around whilst on. I took down that racket boss and moved on to PCP, where one of the racket objectives was to rob the taxi garage, and it was enough money to earn me my first money-related trophy, cash in hand. Ooh, cash in hand. Saved 150k between your wallet and the bank. Fuck yeah, trophy. At least we got that. That was nice and easy. Did I mention how much I enjoy the stealth related combat? Something that wasn't nice and easy though was trying to take out this taxi and quickly learning how full the car was. Oh fuck. Until the fun was ruined. The cops followed me all the way to the next crook, a part of the racket, and I just wasn't having it. You know what, bro? Fuck everything about this game. Let's just let checkpoint. I returned to Donovan and these two are an elite duo. Oh my god.
Okay, I'm gonna look at our options and come up with a plan.
What's wrong with you, man?
Personal hygiene is very important.
Showing feet like that for free is crazy. Oh yeah, and Remy's mad too. So for the trophy, there's a war going on. Lincoln shows Remy what he does to racists. There's a war going on. You burned Remy Duval on a cross. Fuck yeah, we did. Now, it was finally time to go after Olivia for the trophy. But before that, I earned the Never Saw It Coming trophy, which seems like not an easy trophy from the description.
I do not fucking...
Never saw it coming. Killed an enemy within 2 seconds of kicking open a door. Fuck you. Certainly was exciting. Silver. You left Olivia Marcano to our fate. I mean, we didn't really have a choice, but yeah. With 2 Marcano family members to go and 1 more associate, I went after Tommy Marcano, Sal's brother, who runs South Downs and started on Black Market, where I got very lucky and earned the Live Another Day trophy. I say lucky because this is one of the bug trophies and I close my game every time I stop playing. Live Another Day. Recruited 15 racket informants. Fuck yeah, alright. I had to steal a truck for one of the racket objectives and tell me why it was low-key hard to drive. I got followed all the way back to the drop-off point and wasn't about to lose more money once I realized I was surrounded. Chased and now the blue checkpoint. Nice. I took down the racket boss and moved on to the final racket, gambling, and if I'm lucky, I earned the most talked about trophy that's almost impossible to get in the game, no loose ends. So the time finally came where I took him down once and for all.
Yep.
Bang. Yeah, I didn't realize it was the last racket at the time and learned later on that it was bugged, and that's when it hit me that I was in for a brutal time. But on the bright side, on my way to Donovan, I found a long stretch of road and decided to floor it and go for a car related trophy I'd been trying to get throughout my playthrough, Custom 358, and I honestly thought the speed needed to be higher for this trophy. Yes! Custom 358, drove at 120 miles per hour or faster for 20 seconds. Oh my god. Thought I was never gonna get that done. Holy shit, I was about to do research for that trophy. So back to the story. After the heist at the beginning, Sal recruited a counterfeiter named Alvarez, but he got spooked from Lincoln causing damage to South Downs, so he fled and asked his uncle for help to return home. He obliged, but because he had connections to the Marcanos, he wasted no time ratting Alvarez out to them. Which means for the trophy just were in New Mexico, Lincoln heads to Alvarez's location and gets him out, but getting him all the way to Father James in town was a goddamn nightmare. I really should get pulled for tires. It just stopped. My second try, I just got unlucky. You literally cannot avoid it. For my third try, I thought I'd try slow-mo driving to try and gap some distance until... Oh. Oh, just fucking launched into the fucking river. However, my fourth try...
Vito says you can help me get this red of mine to a safe place.
Wait, what? Okay. On my 5th try, I tried a different way, but can I go a different way? The car stopped again and I didn't die, so I decided enough was enough and just took care of the enemies before ordering a new car and finally getting out of there. But my game decided to bug out again. Oh, Jesse with a New Mexico. You helped Alvarez escape. You know what? I'm fucking reloaded joke point, bro. I don't even fucking anymore, bro. Fuck this noise. And now, for probably the best part of the game outside of the whole combat stuff, boxing. Lincoln heard if you become a champion of the boxing league, you get to meet Tommy yourself, so he tested that theory. He was right and got knocked out for it. He wakes up to Tommy pouring gasoline over him, and so for the trophy, burn like napalm, Lincoln gets free and retaliates. Burn like napalm. Tommy Marcano was burned beyond recognition. Fuck yeah, he was. Fuck that guy. I earned 2 more trophies before the final mission, with the first one being wearing this together. So during the game, you can assign rackets to your underbosses, but when it comes to each district, if you assign each district equally, you can keep all of them alive until the end. We're in this together. Kept all underbosses alive until yet here we are. You can get them killed? Yes, you can, but more on that later. There was one more thing standing in our way before the final mission. Sant'Angelo. For the trophy, my name is Lincoln Clay. For more context, he's a drug dealer Sal has resorted to for an emergency for the amount of roadblocks in the plan he's had. They made a deal that Sant'Angelo funds his legal fight and he gets to deal on the street with no interruption, but also taking out Lincoln. However, this guy was not easy to take down in the slightest. I was on easy and still having trouble. I had that shit, man. I didn't know what the fuck's happening. My second try, I got caught lacking with an empty mag in my gun. Oh my. Of all times to fucking reload, you stupid fucking dickhead. My third try, I just got straight up boxed in and it was GG from there. This car's like a fucking tank. My fourth try, I cheated death and got extremely lucky. Just like all my adrenaline too. My name is Lincoln Clay. You jammed a knife through Sant'Angelo's head. Yeah, we did. That was fucking great. And now, the final mission. Earning the trophy, yet here we are for completing it. Lincoln heads to the casino, and once he arrived, it was time to have some fun. I eventually got to Georgie and I had some words for him. You little fucking cunt. This is for Sammy and Ellis and me, you stupid fucking bitch. Then Lincoln and Sal share a drink and conversation before Lincoln does his thing.
To
be honest, I thought we were gonna fucking shoot him. Let's see. Oh, I thought, okay. That wasn't how I thought it was gonna be. I thought it was gonna fucking shoot him, but of course that's just not enough, I guess. Yet here we are. You have avenged Sammy and LS. Yes, sir. The Marcanos might be dismantled, but the story isn't over just yet. There's still one more thing to do. For the trophy before they bury you, Lincoln has the choice to either leave New Bordeaux or stay and become the new Don running the city. After some time deciding, a decision was made. The whole point of this was to take down Sal and not replace him, but like, may as well try running the city, you know? Like, fuck it, bro. Become our own mob boss, our own fucking Don, baby. We are Lincoln goddamn Clay, we can do anything. Or they bury you, finally, it's over. Decided Lincoln's fate. Yeah! Trophy! With the main story over, it was time to begin stage 2, the side missions and cleanup. Each underboss has their own set of side missions to do, so I decided to start with Cassandra first for the trophy 45 in my hand. Her ones involved stealing trucks, and a truck I had to steal ended up being a police truck, which was perfect for the trophy code 112. Code 112, stole a police car. I still count. Alright, sweet. And once I completed the final side mission, I also earned the trophy Trust. There we go. 45 in my hand. Completed all of Cassandra's side missions. There we go. And Trust. Reached the loyal state with one underboss. Fuck yeah. The next set of side missions I decided to do was Burke's for the trophy IRA Don't Ask. His missions involved boosting a series of cars. Let's go! IRA Don't Ask. Completed all of Burke's side missions. Let's go! The final set of side missions were Veto's for the trophy I Need a Favor, which involved a series of assassinations. After I did the first assassination, I decided to go for 2 car-related trophies, with the first one being New Bordeaux Drifter. I struggled a little bit with this one. Oh my god! Bro. There we go. Holy shit! That took so much longer than it needed to. While driving, drifted for at least 5 seconds. Oh my days. I don't know why that was so hard. I'm not that bad at driving far out. The next car related trophy was One Good Turn. It was hard to mess this up and it was fun to do at the same time. Oh my god, yes. One good turn. Made a 180-degree turn at a high speed without hitting anything. I'm just so good, bro. On my final assassination mission, the target was at a location by the swamps, so I took this opportunity to get the Bon Appetit trophy. And if I'm lucky, I should get the family trophy as well, since Vito will be the last underboss I've done side missions for. Can you feed this guy to the gators? Bon Appetit. Better body to an alligator. Fuck yeah.
I feel like we really did.
I Need a Favor. Completed all of Vito's side missions. Let's go, trophy. Don't you just love buggy trophies? Anyway, apart from side missions for your underbosses, you can also do trafficking side missions for your underbosses associates. And once you complete them, you get an increase to your rackets earned, which is helpful for the Racketeer trophy. Oh, fuck yeah, Racketeer. Got the maximum earn from one of your rackets. Hell yeah, trafficking. Okay, so a little intermission. I did the side missions for the underbosses, and I got the trophies needed, except for this one, family. I've had some pretty good luck with the bug trophy so far in this playthrough, but fortunately, I didn't have any luck with this. So once I discovered that I didn't get this trophy, I felt like I got shot or stabbed in the back. It wasn't fun. So I can't do anything until I earn the money and spend the money either. So that's 3 playthroughs I have to do now. Well, an extra 2 playthroughs. I was gonna try and keep it to the extra 1 playthrough, but turns out the guide was right. So I continued doing the trafficking side missions for the associates and whatever, trying to get the big earner trophy. But before I explain why it's not possible to get at this time, I earned my final trophy for this run coming back from a side mission, testing the shocks. Oh shit, yeah, testing the shocks. While driving, performed a 50-meter jump and landed on your wheels. Fuck yeah, trophy. Okay, so I'm trying to go for the big earner trophy. And for this, you can only have at least one underboss. So I'm trying to do it from all 3 bosses, and the kickback from these guys isn't the highest because all these districts are distributed evenly. So because the earn is big, but not big enough to generate massive kickback needed for the trophy. Kickback is in the cut from the earnings of the racket. And I still need to earn 500k. I have 200k left to earn. I think I'm just gonna have to fucking start over again. It'd be better because I can get the other trophies, so I think that's what I'm gonna do. So with that, it was time to begin the 3rd stage of this platinum. Flipping the racket bosses and assassinating racket informants, and I also got a bunch of combat trophies in this playthrough as well. To flip a racket boss, you need to wiretap the junction box in the area that the racket boss is going to be in order to give you the option to recruit them instead of automatically assassinating them. Before the combat trophies, I earned the following 2 trophies: I'm Going In and Insurance Risk. Now it was time to have some fun, with the next 4 trophies being combat trophies, the first one being shush shush. Sure. Formed 100 stealth takedowns on enemies. Finally, that's one of the bug trophies and I finally got it. I was going for the closed casket trophy and ended up having way too much fun and unlocking the sending a message trophy for the brutal takedowns. To get a brutal takedown, you hold down your punch button until the meter pops up and hold until it reaches the area where it turns green, then release. I don't know how I didn't die in the area I got this trophy in, but this was the most fun I had in the game since I started. Yeah! Sending a message. Playing together 3 or more brutal takedowns. Let's go! New milestone. God fucking damn, bro. I just fucking took all of y'all down, bro. You are nothing to me. And with that, I basically speedran the closed casket trophy without even trying too much. Woo! Closed casket. Bombed 50 brutal takedowns. Let's go. And because they obviously counted as takedowns, it made a lot of progress towards the final combat trophy, Combat Specialist. I got up to the gambling racket and interrogated the last informant for the Can't Trust a Rat trophy.
Rest in peace, asshole.
Yes! Can't trust a rat. Killed 15 racket informants. Oh, man. You're wet, bro. I wiretapped the junction box in the PCP racket to flip the final boss, and if successful, I should earn the new boss trophy.
Now you got a new partner, Bastion. I'm just gonna let you focus on doing what you do best.
Alright. I'll cook for you.
Welcome to the family.
If I remember correctly, it's because I closed my game at the end of each session thinking I'd be fine. So I kept continuing on and set up the racket so one of my underbosses got more earn for the big earner trophy. I bank the money and wonder if I get the trophy for getting the max earn.
Need to make a deposit.
Yeah, big earner. Received $10,000 in 1 earn from 1 underboss. And because I chose Vito to give most of the rackets and districts to, it drove Burke and Cassandra out, in which Lincoln took care of them both before the final mission for the Yet Here We Are trophy. And that should be the trophy. Let's go, just you and me. Only 1 underboss alive until Yet Here We Are. Finally. Even though the flipping racket bosses trophy glitched, I kept an optimistic mind and tried to go for the money trophies for earning and spending 500k. Alright. Call my consigliere. This is either I closed my game at when I finished thinking, you know, it'd be fine, but apparently even if you quit, it still fucks your progress. So we're about to find out if I still get this money trophy or not. 3, 2, 1.
Better not lose it.
So I started stage 4, another playthrough where I assassinated the racket bosses and everything was going well until this happened. And my game just crashed. So from this point, I had lost all hope and felt defeated. It felt like nothing I did was going to work, and the feeling of playing the game, knowing it's unstable and can crash at any time, even when you do the rest mode method, wasn't sitting right with me. So I caved and did the method that isn't common but was a last resort, the rewind to PS4 method. Alright, so I'm doing the rewind PS4 method, which allows me to downgrade the patch version from 1.12 to 1.09 for this game since it's bugged as shit. It's one of the older patches of the game, so if you're seeing this video, I've successfully managed to beat the game. Once I got things working and knowing even if the game did crash mid playthrough, nothing was going to bug. So now we begin stage 5. Alright, let's do these vehicle takedowns.
Best goddamn thing.
Point taken.
Oh my god, yes, Wrecker! Executed 10 vehicle takedowns. Oh, thank fuck for that, bro. Another playthrough of assassinating the racket bosses, distributing the districts evenly with my underbosses, and earning and spending the money needed for the baby you're a rich man and hole in your pocket trophies. I just got all the cash I needed. Maybe you're a rich man. Trophy earned 500k. Once I buy this, I think that's the trophy. There it is. Hole in your pocket. Spend at least 500k, half a mil. And then I just need flipped 16 racket bosses for the platinum. So with that began stage 6, the final playthrough needed for the platinum, where I just need to flip all 16 racket bosses for the final trophy. Alright, if this worked, and if you're seeing this clip, that means I successfully got the fucking platinum. Okay, for the platinum. And there we go. Recruit. Let's go, the new boss for flipping the racket bosses. And then the platinum, let's go. Let the good times roll. Obtain all Mafia 3 definitive edition trophies. Oh my god. This was by far the worst platinum experience I've ever had in my life. I'm very disappointed in Hangar 13 for not fixing all the bugs and shit. But it's done, finally. I had to actually downgrade the patch for all this to work, but it's done. Thank God for that. Yeah, I think, yeah, goodbye. You won't be fucking missed. Holy fucking shit, bro.